Okay, today's Saturday morning, and I'm looking through all the news articles, and this one's pretty interesting here. It's from ZeroHedge.com. ISIS apologized to Israel for attacking IDF soldiers. So I guess the terrorist organization is getting soft, now they have to go around apologizing to people. In a curious incident that is certain to provoke questions about the proximity, not to mention fund flow, between Israel and ISIS, the former Israeli defense minister cited the Times of Israel, said that Islamic State terrorists have, on at least one occasion, quote, apologized to Israel for mistakenly attacking IDF soldiers in the occupied Golan Heights. The disclosure may also provide some insight into why, after reportedly attacking virtually every religion and ethnicity in the region, there have been virtually no documented attacks by the Islamic State on Israel or its citizens. Discussing the wider Israeli policy of neutrality in Syria, former Defense Minister Moshe Ya'alon accidentally admitted that Israel has an open communications channel with an Islamic State cell which operates in the Golan Heights. He says, quotes, "There was one case recently where Daesh opened fire and apologized," Ya'alon said on Saturday, quoted by the Times of Israel. Asked to expand on his controversial statement, Ya'alon officer refused to elaborate. The IDF also declined to comment. Under Israeli law, any communication with terrorists is considered illegal unless, of course, the Israel state covertly does not consider ISIS as terrorists. Ya'alon served as the Israel defense minister from 2013 until his resignation in May 2016, and his comments were reportedly referring to the first direct incident involving clashes between Israel and the Islamic State terrorists. In that incident, which took place last November, the Shuhada el-Yarmouk cell, which has pledged allegiance to ISIS, exchanged fire with Israeli forces after the IDF's Golani Brigade crossed the security fence with Syria to conduct an ambush operation. While the official Israeli position is pursuing neutrality in the Syrian conflict, Tel Aviv has on several occasions engaged Syrian military targets in Syria, most recently on Wednesday, usually under the pretext of preventing the alleged transfer of weapons to Hezbollah, considered a terrorist group by Israel. Last month, Tel Aviv confirmed conducting airstrikes on several targets in Syria after Damascus activated its air defense system against the IDF jets, while Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has justified the repeated incursions, explaining that IDF planes targeted a Hezbollah weapons convoy. Damascus has said that the Israeli strikes only benefit the Islamic State and other terrorist groups. Earlier this month, the Syrian President Bashar Assad once again blamed Israel of helping militants terrorizing his country. Quote, "You can assume that these terrorists are fighting for Israel. If they aren't part of the regular Israeli army, they're fighting for Israel. Israel has common goals with Turkey and the United States, France, Britain, Saudi Arabia, Qatar, and other countries." Yanet quoted Assad as saying, quote, Israel is working on helping these terrorists wherever the Syrian army is advancing. It attacks in one form or another to provide them with assistance and to stop the Syrian army's momentum in the face of the terrorists," the Syrian leader added. In light of Ya'alon's comments, Assad may have been right. Now, this is a cutting-edge story in the ZeroHedge.com. If you're not going to Zero Hedge every single day and looking at their stories, then you're missing out. Apparently, these terrorist groups who are aligning themselves with the ISIS group accidentally, maybe deliberately, accidentally, who knows, fired on the Israeli forces and they had to apologize. Or maybe they felt the need to apologize. But it is interesting that they would publish this, and this guy, this prime minister, a former prime minister who resigned, don't know what the circumstances of his resignation, why he resigned after 3 years, I guess, 2013 to May of 2016. This is interesting. I don't know what to think about this article, but All I know is things are escalating in Syria every single day, folks. Be watching it because it's all going to start in Syria. This is the American Contractor, and if you want to share this video, please do so. Make a comment below. And if you want to subscribe to my YouTube channel, just go ahead and hit the subscribe button. You should be subscribing anyways. This Saturday. Hopefully I put some videos out today. Today is the Saturday, April the 29th of 2017. Keep an eye on the Syria conflict because it is going to escalate.